welcome back to the channel. I know I did a video discussing the Charlie Kirk assassination just days after it happened, and I wanted to do another video just discussing the whole situation because there are so many conflicts and just arguments and theories out there about what has happened and what is happening, and it has kind of gotten out of control. I just wanted to give what I think is a based opinion on the whole situation because it's very frustrating. In this day and age of social media, you have people that just make videos and they just slander one person, slander the other person, make a video instead of just picking up the phone and calling. Now, I can't just pick up the phone and call Turning Point USA or Candace Owens because that's the main situation going on. But from my standpoint, now there's supposed to be a phone call, an interview with Candace Owens at Turning Point, which I wish like 2 months ago that could have happened. I wish the Candace Owens could have picked up the phone and called Turning Point. I know she talked to people there, but just having a conversation from both ends would have helped so much. And it's just not necessary to have this drama. And by drama, I mean accusing people of assassinating Charlie Kirk. Because at the end of the day, I have a lot of questions here. And I'm just an everyday American citizen. I have no ties to any organization. I'm not paid by any... I don't make money off this. I'm doing this video just because I wanted to get my opinion out there. But from my standpoint, do I believe the story that was told? There's weird things about it. Do I think it's possible that Tyler Robinson, a deranged, mentally ill person, climbed on a roof, found out he was going to be at the event, just climbed on a roof, took a shot, and killed him? I think that's possible. I don't think people that are saying that it's impossible that this happened is pretty stupid. I think that there's a lot of people that wanted Charlie dead. I think that's obvious, that he was telling the truth. He was a very good guy, but he was against this trans ideology, this mental illness in our country. And yeah, I do think it's possible that a crazy person got on a roof and shot him, and it wasn't a distance that is impossible to hit him. He hit him in the neck. I don't think it's impossible to say that a crazy person would climb on a roof and shoot him. I don't think that's insane. I think that could have happened. Now, do I have questions about the gun used and the fact that it didn't go all the way through his neck and other things about the situation, why they're paving over the cement? Yes, I do. I think it's very strange. It's so frustrating because there's stupid crap like this that just fuels theories about stuff. And I would love transparency from a lot of people. I'd like transparency from Turning Point, why they take the freaking camera down, why they're paving over the cement. This stuff is just extra stuff that is just, it causes way more theories. But I think my main problem here is a lot of YouTubers that just get on their videos, they make thumbnails, clickbait thumbnails, and it's one thing to do clickbait, but when you're doing clickbait about people and their livelihoods and just accusing people of assassinating Charlie Kirk and being a part of it, that's a very hefty accusation. And I think we're just throwing these around like they're nothing. And do I have questions about people turning away and walking at when Charlie was shot? Yes, there's weird stuff about the situation. But am I going to get on a video and accuse someone of, oh, he definitely was a part of the plot to kill Charlie Kirk? No, because there's no evidence. We have to have evidence in these situations. There are so many people that are raising questions, like Candace Owens, who's doing the most questioning. She has a ties with Charlie Kirk that obviously is nothing like me because I've never talked to Charlie Kirk, and she was good friends with him. And I do feel like she feels like she's carrying the torch for Charlie because of the way he was texting with her. But at the end of the day, we have to have evidence. And she keeps bringing up points that I don't hate or love Candace. I watched her for a while, but she's bringing up a lot of different points of things that she thinks happened and just weird anomalies and planes. And at some point, you have to have a point. You can't just bring up, this is weird, this is weird, this is weird. Eventually, you have to have some hard evidence, because if you're going to accuse Turning Point USA of being absolutely corrupt, and it's just a corrupt, broken organization, and everyone in there is bad, and they're all paid off, and if you want to make that accusation, you have to have actual receipts here. And that's why there's finally going to be an actual interview, because if you're going to bring up those points, you have to be able to be brought to the fire for them. You have to be face-to-face answering these questions. And I'm so frustrated by people, especially Candace, that they keep saying, oh, I have the evidence. I have this kill switch that if I get killed, it's going to come out now. What is up with this holding out on this information? Like, someone's supposed to kill Candace, and then now we don't reveal it. We're going to wait for episode 2 to release that. I think this is so freaking stupid. I know there's certain things she says she doesn't want to expose people that are on the inside, but it's just like, at this point, we need transparency from everyone and everything. But my main point is, some people just want to burn it all down. And there's a lot of people discussing Turning Point and this whole situation that they aren't acting in good faith. There's people that want Charlie Kirk's legacy to burn to the ground. They want it to burn to the ground. They don't care. They're just in love with conspiracy theories. And I'm not the one calling out everyone that's questioning the situation. But there are people that they'll make a theory, it'll get disproven, and then they'll move on to the next video like they didn't just get proven wrong. Like, someone saying he had an exploding mic. Guys, if he had an exploding mic on his shirt would not be intact. What are we talking about here? Like, you think it exploded on his chest and the shirt wasn't affected? Like, people, he didn't get shot by 10 different people. I mean, you have to disprove some of these points, and we have to get to reality here, because you spiral down a conspiracy rabbit hole that basically the only way it ends is you end it as like a simulation. I mean, you could go as far as saying the entire crowd was fake. His wife was in on it. Everyone turned on him. It was a staged event. I mean, this goes to a whole other level. And that's the thing I wanted to talk about, because there are people that are accusing Erica Kirk of being in on this, and people are posting thumbnails about the way she's hugging Vance. And I'm sorry, if you have a video with her hugging Vance and like making her look bad, that's just so wrong on so many levels. I'm telling you, like, that's not right. It's not right. And I don't care how many views this video gets. I am not going to be tarnishing someone's reputation like that and slandering someone. You have freedom of speech in this country, but that is just wrong to make a simple hug at an event and turn that into something. That is what makes this whole thing a joke. If you have any actual evidence of another country colluding and taking out an American citizen in our country, like people are saying, that totally takes your argument out the door. Oh, so wait, it was proven before, but now, because she hugged Vance in this certain way, this is the evidence now. You're a clown if you're doing that kind of video. I'm sorry. You are an absolute clown if you do that. And that's why I feel like I have the middle point here. I'm kind of between the people that think that Israel has infected all of Turning Point and the whole thing was staged and we're all going to hell. And then the people that think, I believe this story. They told me 100%. I believe the FBI. I believe everyone blindly. I'm in the middle here where I'm questioning stuff. I'm questioning why people were acting a certain way during the shooting, about how a person in the crowd was cheering. Another person was arrested for something very bad that I can't say on YouTube randomly and appeared at 9/11 and the Boston bombing all at the same time. And then he appears at this. I have questions about that because I'm just a common sense guy. And I realize that doesn't make sense. Why was he there on that day? It just doesn't make any sense. But also, I have to realize that you can't get sucked into the conspiracy rabbit hole of thinking that everything is staged and everything's fake. Either way, if someone took out Charlie Kirk here, someone did, you have to go based off of facts and evidence. And I'm not trying to cover for anyone. But at the end of the day, if we do find out that a foreign nation was involved, or whoever was involved in this killing, then we need the evidence and we need the facts and we need to find that out. We can't just make assumptions about everything, because then you make assumptions about every last freaking molecule flying through the air. We have to go based on facts and evidence. I want this trial to be presented. I want all the evidence to be out there. And at the end of the day, if we see video of him climbing on this roof and taking the shot, then it's going to go a long way into proving that he actually did it. Will it answer every question? No, because I still want the person in the crowd investigated. I want a lot of questions answered. And overall, transparency is the best way to go. But the main point I want to make in this video is that we can't just burn it all down. People just, you can't live in a hopeless, faithless society. And that's what people want to do. They want to think that everything's going downhill. We should just give up, get rid of both parties, just screw it all. We're all done. We're all colluded. We're all compromised. You can't live in that kind of society. And that's not the kind of society. The country will be way worse off in that way. So I think we question, we vote officials in that we think have the best intentions, the best morals, and we keep fighting. And until it's proven the Turning Point is corrupted, they aren't corrupted, because you're innocent until proven guilty in this country. And people for Turning Point are innocent until proven guilty. I want questions answered. And I won't just sit down like a good dog and just believe everything I hear. But I'm also not going to believe every single conspiracy theory I hear and immediately convict every last person involved. I'm not going to do that. I think you're innocent until proven guilty. I want the facts displayed, and I want the truth to come out. Ultimately, that's what I want. And make sure you let me know down below what you think of this situation, where you agree, disagree, and will we actually get an interview with Candace and Turning Point? I'd like to know, because I'd like them to just sit down like grown adults and just answer questions. And Candace asks them questions. They give real answers, and they respond back, and we move forward, and we actually make progress, because this accusing people on thumbnails and videos back and forth doesn't help anyone. It only damages the conservative movement, Charlie Kirk's mission, and this country.